Inside Sport on RNTC Sport.
All right, that was Sami Chumba, winner of the 2008 Utrecht International Marathon. But the bombshell was released on the 9th of April that non-Dutch will be allowed to participate in the marathon this year, but they'll be winning only 100 euros. And the Dutch nationals will be winning 10,000 euros. That's the difference in the prize money. And this is the subject of our discussion today. I have with me Becky Jacobi from Zimbabwe, Mayiri, who's been in Holland for 16 years, and Leon Senyange, a journalist from Uganda. And they are here to talk about the fact that whether that difference in the prize money is about discrimination or it's about promoting home talent. And that's the subject of our discussion. You will also be allowed to bring in your comments through Inside Sport 2011 at yahoo.com. I'll be reading your comments along the line, but you're welcome to the show. And the gentleman, you're also welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Leon, I go to you first. Is this discrimination or promoting home talent?
The press has blown this kind of situation out of proportion. It's just about promoting the Dutch runners. The Dutch are actually known as good runners, casual runners. Yeah. They love to run. Every day you'll see them on the streets running. They are good at what they like to do. However, it's a chance for them to come up and say, hey, we can run our own marathon and win the money that has been put there. Over the past 5 years, of course, foreigners have dominated these particular events. And for them, they feel, no, we have to feel happiness in winning our own events.
Feeling happiness in winning our own events. I come to you, Mayiri. Over the past 5 years, it's been Kenya, Kenya, Kenya. But the law that was drafted was said to be in contravention with the discrimination laws of international sports. Do you think this is the case, or it's just a mere promotion of Dutch talent?
No, if you look at it as theoretically, you can say this is discrimination, but it is not discrimination. This is a way to encourage the Dutch sporters to compete in this international event.
Well, Beck, the Dutch should as good as say that they're going to compete in the Olympic Games with themselves. They shouldn't compete with the Kenyans, the Ugandans we know who are very good at athletics. Do you think this particular changes in the marathon is a discrimination or promoting home talent?
It is akin to punishing excellence. I mean, Elena and Olise, those two Russian sisters, have been winning the Comrades Marathon in Durban, South Africa. And I don't think the South Africans are planning to pay them 100 rand in the near future. In the area of globalization, honestly, this is shameful.
Well, I would actually, whether you consider it shameful or not, the Dutch are looking at it from a point of view that, yes, the Kenyans are good runners. They'll go and win the London Marathon. They'll go and win the New York Marathon. But this is a Utrecht Marathon. It is something organized, well, for any Dutch person that can come and participate. But if over the years you see no progress in your own countrymen running to finish this particular event, what do you do?
But
try to limit the...
The question here is, the marathon is an international marathon. And so I believe they should have given everybody the equal chance of winning the prize money.
Absolutely. Everyone has been given the chance to run. Foreigners have not been shut out. No. The thing is, foreigners can come and participate. The Dutch will equally participate. But the contention here is the prize money. Are we looking at the prestige coming out of winning a marathon, or the amount of money you take home in winning a marathon?
Leon, the organizers of the marathon know very well that if they ban foreigners, that will be outright a discrimination. Now they are trying to ban them through discouraging to participate by this 100 euros, and this is sugarcoating discrimination.
That of course gets me to ask: are foreign runners desperate enough to compete in these events for the money particularly, or because they are marathoners and it's good for them to go and run in such competitions?
All right, you're still watching Inside Sports on RNTC. You can still keep your comment coming. And we have a comment here from a reader who didn't really put out his name. He says, surely this is athletic apartheid. Why has this not been stopped by the relevant international governing body? And that comes back to the question I asked. This is an international marathon. We expect that everybody who participates has an equal chance of winning the prize money at stake. Mohajiri.
It seems that, as you pose this question, that the foreigners do not benefit from this international event. But this is not so. This is not the case. Because the Kenyan, the African, benefit from this. They can promote themselves in this event because they can appear in the television and they can appear also in the newspapers. So this promotion, and this is also a chance for them to meet marketing. Dutch have a big marketing for the sport. So,
Beck, there's this school of thought. They're saying that not only are the Dutch afraid of not only discriminating, but they are afraid of competition from other good runners.
Yeah, what I see here is a situation whereby the Dutch want to use the foreigners to only make their marathon popular, but at the same time afraid to pay them. Because if you look at Kenyans, Ethiopians, Moroccans do not win because they are Kenyans, Ethiopians, or Moroccans, but they are motivated to win. They train hard. Equally, the Dutch, if they want to win, they must join.
Well, and I find that the prize money, the difference in the prize money, ridiculous. 10,000 for the Dutch, 100 for
That's why I say in the era of globalization, this is shameful.
But Leon, do you think promoting talent, you know, in Holland would mean that you just cut down the prize money for the non-Dutch?
I'm of the view that most foreigners would come to run in a marathon for the money, albeit the prestige that comes with.
How do you know that?
Well,
they're coming to win, to train. They are more international.
They will train in Nairobi. They will train in Eldoret and come and win a marathon and run a marathon. And at the end of the day, they'll take 10,000 euros back home. But what do the Dutch think? Over the past 20 years, 50 to 60 Dutch people would run a marathon. Today, it's different. You have approximately 30 running, and only 3 will be able to complete a marathon. And why is this? In a country that has people that wake up to run, that in the evening go up to run. The situation has changed. I believe that the lack of success, of course, has discouraged the Dutch from running in such marathons. Why shouldn't the Utrecht Marathon be used as a starting point to encourage the runners in this country?
But Mohajiri, you've been here for 16 years. Do you think that the Dutch lack talent in athletics?
It is not like this. They have talent in all sort of sport.
So why then would they do something like this?
But let me give you a complete picture of this, because the Dutch authority, especially the Dutch Ministry of Sport, have a policy to encourage and to stimulate people to sport, and this is part of this, to give prizes to those who can win this event. So this is one thing. Other thing, from the Dutch point of view, that they relate sport to health,
right? And
they can benefit from sport, because everyone who do sport is healthy, you know that.
Yeah. But it comes back to the basics of the fact. Why then do you make it international, Beck? That's, I think, your point of argument. Yes,
as I said, the Dutch want to capitalize on the foreigners to make it look international. At the same time, this policy of depriving the winner of the normal prize money is, to me, very, very discriminatory.
All right, you're still watching Inside Sports, and I have a comment from Tanya Nyataya. She says, I found it ridiculous. The organizers should put out the event as international if they discourage foreign runners from participating. True that discrimination is happening. I guess, Becky, you are in support with this comment from Tanya.
Yes, discouraging them is good as banning them, and therefore discriminatory.
All right, it doesn't look the same to me. It is the foreigners have the opportunity to run. It's just about what you take back home that is causing the problem here.
And the organizers know that if there is no prize money, there is no foreigners who are going to come. He said it himself that they are coming for money, and therefore if there is no money, they are not going to come. And it will be only a Dutch event. Therefore, they've actually banned them through that. You
haven't banned anybody from coming to run a marathon just because of... It is the general view that at the end of the day, a marathon winner will want to take this big amount of money. But if you are a true runner, if you are a true and in the true spirit of sports, you are definitely going to come, run a marathon, win it, and probably walk away with your head up, having won the Utrecht Marathon.
But what will a Dutch winner then, who's number 38, the first 37 are non-Dutch, number 38 is Dutch, he comes there, tired, wins, gets 10,000 euros. Can you break that?
It's about crossing the line first.
If you give me a chance, because it seems that you relate everything to money. It is not about money, because sports also have some responsibility for the society. So the African sports also have responsibility to support the Dutch authority, Dutch Ministry of Sport, that encourage people to do sport.
All right,
so
that's how the argument has been. We are far behind time, but I'll give the gentlemen 1 minute each to wrap up. Leon, you still supporting the view that
it's not discriminatory. The foreigners should come in and say, oh yes, Utrecht people, we are not going to win your money. Let us warm up for 1 week, those who are going to run the marathon, and we try to see that, yes, you become better runners, just as good as we are in the spirit of running marathons.
All right, Moayuri, it's not about the money, it's about the health implication in sports.
Yeah, it is about the health. It is about also giving something to society. It is not about money. So
Becky,
this is in the big
discrimination
picture.
or promoting...
Paying a Dutch 10,000 and paying a Kenyan 100 euros, to me, is a clear form of racism.
A clear form of racism. That is what Becky Jacobi of Zimbabwe says. And then it goes on, it rages on, is it discrimination or promoting home talent? And that is what the argument is all about. It's about the Utrecht International Marathon. You keep your comments coming through Inside Sports 2011 at yahoo.com. But this is where we bring the program to an end. Join us again same time tomorrow as we bring you more from the area of sports and society. Have a good evening.
Inside Sport on RNTC Sport.